This is part 2 of the PPP loan scam. Now, in part 1, I've told you guys that they do not have a warrant list for people that took out the PPP loan, okay? There's no warrant list, all right? You can actually, I'll put a link below, you can actually see that video, and I actually show you where it says there's no warrant list, but you can go and see if your name is on the list if you're taking out the PPP loan. Now, it's finna get crazy, all right? And the reason it's finna get crazy, from what I'm about to tell you, they started breaking down the charges in terms of what you will be charged for, okay? This is crazy. Now, it's scary because we may have a friend or family that decided, hey, I'm going to pimp the game like everybody else. But here's the charges. They have theft by deception. Theft by deception, okay? Now, this is where you maliciously knew that you was going to come up, right? You was going to make a financial gain, all right? I'm going to talk the streets way. So you intentionally knew that you was finna come up, right? And you knew that you was going to do everything in your power to deceive the federal and the state government. Now, you have to remember, not only can the federal government come after you, the state government is coming after you too. So you have two entities that is going to be coming after you. And this is so scary because a lot of people were not aware of this. And whoever their tax people are, whoever their CPAs and stuff that help them fill out they will be held liable as well. All right? Because of under their due diligence and knowledge. So I wouldn't say they will be, but they could potentially be held. So let me take that back. Again, because I'm not an attorney, I'm not a CPA, I must say that everything is allegedly and potentially. All right? So that way you can understand. Then they got loan fraud is your second charge, all right? Then you have state benefits fraud, okay? This is where you're defrauding the state, all right? So you have the state and the federal government that you defrauded, all right? Then you have forgery, okay? So when forgery means that like you file taxes and stuff like that, saying that you did XYZ when you did. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. A lot of people thought that they would be smart and they would go get a chef corporation, right? So with this chef corporation, I continue to tell you guys, stay away from chef corporations if you don't know what you're doing, right? And there's a lot of companies out there that sell them. But here's the reason why. People were reviving these chef corporations that never had any taxes, no bank statements and stuff, right? So they'll go get an older chef corporation and they'll do a backfiling of the taxes. And with their intentions of when the money they get approved for with the PPP loan, they will pay the taxes, right? So here's the thing about it. Now they're looking at, okay, you had this company for so many years, but you never filed the taxes, and then you all of a sudden file the taxes. Now my question to you, where's the bank statements? Where's the invoices? What type of transactions was this business making, right? You see the door that's been opened now? So now people thought that having a chef corporation, oh, I can get this money or whatever. Now, people thought that I'll get even smarter. What I'll do is I'll set up the company, and then what I will do, I will get the money and I will dissolve it, right? That's what people were doing. They would get the money and they'll dissolve it. That's beyond the PPP loan forgiveness. Now, here's how the PPP loan forgiveness comes into play. When you file, you're following your taxes after the PPP loan forgiveness. They want to know what it is that you did with the money, right? Now, they keep saying, well, they didn't give us any instructions on what to do with the money. True. They didn't tell you what you could and could not do with the money for the most part, right? So that just say that was just thrown out there. Do whatever you want with the money. But the thing about it, they're hitting you with is, okay, we gave you this money, all right? But what actually happened to it? So now they're coming back and saying, hey, what did you do with this money? How many employees you have? What equipment? So you have no proof of what you actually did with the money. And again, please understand, I'm not an attorney. I'm not a CPA, right? I'm just helping you all understand the questions that is being put out there right now. All right. They're actually saying this. All right. What is it that you did with the money? Okay. And then when you file your taxes and stuff, what were your losses? What made this become a loss and all like of this stuff? See, now your profit and loss statements really do come in play. Now, remember, I told you that your invoices and bank statements are going to come in play as well. So now they're going through all of this. So like I said, even the people that had their PPP loan forgiven, even the ones that had their loans forgiven, you will be held accountable. Even though they forgave it, when they go back and they do their audit and wonder why they forgave you, this is going to come back on you, right? And this is what I've been telling people. You have to be very careful. Even though some people say, well, it was a grant. No, it wasn't. It was a loan, and then it intentionally they was trying to make it into a grant, but it didn't go that well, right? Now, you have people, and here's the crazy part, a lot of the people that may have the biggest challenges are people that got less than $20,000. Less than $20,000. Because the majority of the people, guess what? That's what most of them got, averaging about $15,000 to $20,000. Yeah, you had some people that hit a big lick and got $1 million and stuff like that. But the ones that's going to get hurt the most is the ones that got less than $20,000. Okay? So that's the reason I tell you guys, you need to talk to an attorney. You need to get your taxes together. You need to go over your taxes and everything, right? And again, if they prove that you're a CPA or your attorney to help you file your paperwork, if they can prove that they was a part of it because of their knowledge of it or whatever, and they did any part, they can be held liable too. That's the crazy part, and it's scary. It's scary because a lot of these people, they were just following the norm. I want some people, but they never had a business. They never opened up a business bank account. And so people coming out of the woodworks, hey, I can hook you up. I can set you up, and they was going along with it. So now people have to face the consequences of whatever happens. Hopefully it again, my thing is hopefully because it's so many people it happened to, hopefully they can come up with something and say, hey, you have to pay the money back. All right. Now, in terms of what charges and stuff like that, you don't know. Hey, there was a guy, he was actually in jail and they gave him a PPP, and he wasn't the only one. There were multiple people in jail and they got PPP loans. It's like, why? Why would you even do that to yourself? It just doesn't make any sense. Why would you just hurt yourself like that? It's like, wow. But again, this is the consequences. So again, this is not all of the charges. This is just a few. But like I said, the theft by deception, loan fraud, state benefits fraud, forgery. Okay? Those are what they're actually looking at. And again, even if you had your PPP loan forgiven, you still can be charged, right? So just keep that in mind. Again, you need to talk to an attorney. This is something that's really going to hurt a lot of people. So, hey, I'll keep you all up to date. There's a lot of people out there that's talking about it. I just want to bring it to your attention. All right. There is no arrest warrant list. All right. So don't think it's that. But at the same time, when you file your taxes, whenever you decide to file your taxes, that's when it's going to open up that can of worms. And you can't avoid filing your taxes because then you have a bigger issue on your hands. All right. So I hope this helps you, and I'll see you in the next video.